Alright, hello everyone, this is DayTraderRockStar for DayTradingRadio.com, and we're going to do a little extra video watch list going into this first week of May. We already got the 10 for 1,000 watch list out, which has the best setups for the week out here, but there's probably another 10 good setups out there I just want to bring your attention to. And we'll start off with DSX here. This is a stock we've been trading. Following a nice slanted inverted head and shoulders pattern, a nice breakout, a nice pullback now. So everything works nice on this. We had a nice entry here, knowing that this pattern usually breaks up to the upside. Broke through the downward trend line here, pushed up here. Stochastics got a little overbought. Pulls back with the market. We pull him back to the first, the trend line that we broke through. And this is the first real break back down here towards that trend line. So it's an interesting level. So we're going to watch that, see how it develops strength here. Now this is, again, like these are not on the 10 for 1,000 watch list, so I'm not putting any triggers on these. But they will be on my focus list. And I will be, talking about them during the day and keeping a close eye on them because they are potential setups here. This is a potential pullback and a continuation move here on DSX. Dyna Shipping. Next one here we have VCLK here. This is Value Click. This is one that came out with earnings on Friday, and Stochastics crossed over. Nice volume day. Nice bullish candle here. We're pushing up against major resistance. We can go out on this chart and see there's a huge level up here in that 1070 level. At 1060 to 1070 level before you get into this gap that goes all the way back out to that 1240 level. So this definitely looks interesting. We might get some follow through just based on the candlestick and the volume. So I definitely watch for a break back above 1060 and a possible break into that gap on Value Click VCLK. Alright, JetBlue, JBLU, looking very good. First pull back to the 200 period moving average. Stochastics pulled back. You remember my first indicator is the Stochastics. Wait for those to get back into an area where we've seen recent strength. Not too hard to time a JetBlue move when we got there's not many times that this comes down at this level. Each time we do come down at that level, we do get that bounce. So we gotta move up, move up, move up, all from these levels. Now we're pulling back to the 200. There's also a lower trend line, so that 520 would be an ultimate entry on this. Down here in this lower trend line down here. If we even broke down through that 200, which is possible. There is some news on Alaska Airlines, I believe in Barron, so it might lift the airline sector, or it might help JetBlue. But definitely the risk reward has come way back here. I think ultimate entry down here on JetBlue would be the lower trend line break, or lower trend line test here in that 530 to 525 area. So JetBlue 530 to 525 would wait for that one and take it when you see it. Now here's a new one that I haven't brought up in a while, or ever really. Not many people think about trading Berkshire Hathaway shares, but the B shares, we're at $77 a share. And look at this nice pullback here. Stochastics seem to be starting to turn back up. Gradual pullback, 2-month pullback from 84 or something down to 77. Now look at the 60-minute chart here. Look at this defined channel. Well, I mean, we just hammer this channel at each one of these levels. So we hit it here, we hit it here, we hit it here, we hit it here, hit it here, here, and here. So it makes obvious sense to pick it up at that 76.50 area, right down the lower trend line. Or if we see strength pushing back up, we're going to look for this channel to take the breakout to the upside. So I definitely like this. I might even add this one to the 10 for 1,000 watch list because it's such a quality stock. And again, you really can't see the beauty of this unless you go out to the 60-minute chart. The daily, yeah, you can see the pullback, but it's a big difference between seeing the daily and the 60-minute chart. You can see the rhythm of this stock, and once you find a stock with rhythm, it becomes so much easier just to time it. Stochastics should pull back a little bit further. If we get a pullback down to here, it looks like an easy trade, and that's BRK, the B shares. So it depends on what system you have. I'm using IQ charts here. This IBRK apostrophe B. Some of it's .B, some of it's some other ways of writing that one. PWR, the next one. And we'll look at the daily chart here. PWR. This is Quanta Services. Now, we have a nice trend line that comes down since October. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Nice W pattern. We're consolidating here. Above the 20-period moving average, we have a little trend line underneath us, which I put this black line here. I'm going to zoom in here, and we're going to take a look at this a little bit. It's PWR. Now, what you see here is what we call, or what I call, this is my own type of trading setup here. It's the 2200 squeeze. Now, you know, every so often you'll see stocks that are pushed under the 200, coming back up here, retesting the 200, hitting the 200 once, hitting the 200 twice, pulling back, coming back, hitting it again, hitting again. Finally, you get that pop up through that, an explosion. Now, what's great about this stock, this is a great example of stochastic divergence on a chart. Now, look at the upside channel here. There's a very slight upside channel. You start to see the action moving up, and a slight downside channel on the stochastics. You can definitely see the upside trend line here pushing up against the 200, and you can definitely see a lower high on the stochastics, and we're about to break to the upside here. So I do think we're going to pop the 200, and you know what? I'm probably going to add this one on the 10 for 1,000 watch list too, which I'm going to go over again. Like I said, a lot of really good setups on the 10 for 1,000 watch list, but these are also very good. And if I were going to add this one, we'll definitely watch the 2050 area, break above 2050. Let's put that one up there. Let's put that one as P20. We're going to call this 2052. All right, buy trigger 2052 PWR. It's a 2200 setup, and I look for $1 on that. PWR. Broadcade, cheap stock, but again the 2050 200 squeeze play. 2200 trading the stock, trading between the 20-period moving average and the 200-period moving average. Stochastics look good. Now this one is a stock that probably is going to come out with some kind of rumors and stuff, or might even be acquired or stuff. Very hard to say what's going to happen with Broadcade, but definitely a stock that's looking set up here. I mean, we have a trend line break. We're pushing up against the 200. Stochastics look good. It's a cheap stock, so you might be interested in it. It definitely looks bullish here. All right, Rig. Rig got hammered. An article in Barron's today saying that Rig's, I think they said it was overdone. And if you look at the lower trend line here, we did come right down here, tag that lower trend line. I think Rig's going to be a perfect day trader tomorrow. It's going to be a good trading stock. Definitely want to have it on our watch list. I want to watch it hold this lower trend line. See if we can start establishing support here. Now, Barron's article here on this probably is going to give us some support here. So I don't think we're going to get down to that 80 or 70, 84 level or 70, 85 level. But definitely want to watch that on Rig. And the other one is BP. The oil spill, and this one's gotten hammered. And again, they expect this one they say this one's been overdone also, so any follow through might want to start picking up shares, scaling in very lightly. BP, at least you want to pay attention to those. BlackRock is on the 10 for 1,000 watch list. BP, Sohu, that's one that we mentioned earlier. Also want to start watching Google. Again, stochastics oversold. There is definitely a channel here, and we could probably just establish a nice channel right here. So I am looking for that move down to that 514 area. There's definitely a channel line here, and you can see how important channel lines are. You just have to make a parallel line. You could see this, it goes right across here, and how this really sets up. You know, we hit it here once, hit it here twice. If we do break this 200, which I think there's a good shot, we can come down to that 510 level, and that's going to look like a beautiful entry down there, 510. So I don't think, I think there's a little more downside on Google, but I think you can start scaling in down at that 510 level. And that's a few more stocks to look at there. Hope you enjoyed that. I want to get one more video out.